Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigation. My first playthrough. When we last left off, we had figured out Portsman was the most likely suspect in the murder of this detective, Buddy Full, I believe it was. And yeah, we are about to confront him with it. We're about to confront him with it. And yeah, we'll try and get through his rebuttal and see what he has to say for himself about this idea. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Really? Is there though? Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlock your door and guide in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. We are not done here, buddy. Sorry, but we are not finished yet. Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something? I'll show you what I'm basing my accusations on, with evidence. Apologies for the sniffing, I have a bit of a cold. Harebrained idea you have in mind, but I suppress him on that. My accusation is a harebrained idea, is it? You tell me. I'd say it is, after all. There's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Alright, let's press him on that one. Oh? And what, pray tell, kind of evidence are we talking about here? Jim was my partner, so you can't say I had a motive for killing him. And? That's it? That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain. But it's more than enough, wouldn't you agree? Not really. Might I recommend that you review what the word evidence means? Damn, Edgeworth, damn. Doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as the killer. Uh-huh, we'll see. How may I ask you pros unlocked your door and got in here? We'll press on that one. Unfortunately, I believe I have already shown how earlier. Your speculations mean nothing, as I still insist that I could not gain access to your room. What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? I'll raise an objection. Yeah, I'll still raise an objection. You claim to have had no way to open my door. However, is that really the honest truth? Haha, alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot. Very well then. I propose that you use this to open my door. The master key.
Take that!
Ah, yeah. I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
Objection!
Wait. Hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Had a bit of a sneezing fit going on. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. Oh, he's sweating now. That's right. Use your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key. Maggie Bird.
Take that!
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah. I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know? But the room you had Miss Bird open at that time was not your own, was it? What? You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we? I'm certain that it was Mr. Portman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir. See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet, what if you had misled her, to fool her into thinking what you wanted? Ha! And how do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors, for example. That's right! They do slide out pretty easily. Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours, and not, in fact, mine. What was it that Mr. Portsman used to make Miss Bird think it was his room? That gaudy basketball hoop.
Take that!
Because there was evidence it had been moved. What? The basketball hoop, sir? It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor. Ah! That's very true, sir. Because there was a basketball hoop sitting there, I thought the door it was opening had been Mr. Portsman's. There are signs that the hoop has been moved to sit in front of my office, to be sure. I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. Is it now, though? Is it? Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket. Dude, that's a gaudy jacket. That's a jacket of a wannabe player. And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. Hey. My jacket's not dirty. I'll have you know I just washed it yesterday. Please calm down. For I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here. Damn, Edgeworth. Damn. Edgeworth has a way with words. He is savage with those words. God damn, Edgeworth. Now you're just spouting nonsense.
Hold it!
So we'll press him on that one. Nonsense, you say? Yes, because I'm telling the truth here. I had the girl open my office door.
Hold
it! Using the master key, of course. Sure, you have a problem with that? That is what the master key is for, right? Perhaps we should place it in an elaborate labyrinth of some sort for people like you. After that, I was in my room the entire time.
Hold it!
And what were you doing in your office? I was doing my usual training regimen. Training regimen? Were you going for your law books from start to finish? Mainly batting practice and some weights. Oh, and I jog when I get the chance. Wow, you must be the buffest prosecutor we have. With the weakest legal muscles, it would seem. Ha! I was doing my usual workout, so... You don't have a single reason to suspect me.
Hold it!
I think I've given you quite a few reasons, actually.
Objection!
But none of those will stand up on their own.
Objection!
Then what about all the evidence?
Objection!
It's all circumstantial. No judge would convict on such flimsy evidence. He seems to be trembling a little. One more little push. All I have to do is find the flaw in his testimony. Well, let's have a look at my evidence then. What evidence do I have? Aha! Right, yeah. If he was in his office, if he was in this office the whole time, why would his partner think that he was out? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why would his partner think that he was out if he was in his room the entire time?
Objection!
Gotcha, buddy. That was a lie. What are you talking about? How is that a lie? This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door. Or did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. Apologies, I just had something to take care of. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing? Ah! Shall I explain it in full detail for you? You were busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you. That's just nonsense. You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me. Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence. No way. This is proof positive you have Miss Bird open the door for you. Shite. Says she unlocked this door, but her print's not found on the doorknob. Crud. Would it be the door then?
Take that!
I had your door dusted for prints. My door? Ha! What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time. You're right. I didn't find anything, and definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Okay, that was the right option. Good. Yeah, because if Maggie did open his door, she would have her fingerprints would not be on the door as she held the doorknob to unlock it. But because it was on my door, yeah, because it was on my door, it was actually my door. Her prints wouldn't be there. Okay, now it's all coming together. Her prints? What did they have to do anything? Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her print should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Further, all of the prints on my office door door's knob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. And Detective Faith found you out. That's it, Buddy Faith, yeah. Possibly because he had heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office. Heh, heh. This is getting creepy. Ha 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 ha. And just what's so funny, pal? Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake and accuses me, is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? Mr. Edwards has explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already. And as I said earlier, it's also circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I had wiped that doorknob down well. Eh? I'm a little obsessive compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched. Which is why I wiped the doorknob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. Right. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there. You made that up just now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for example. Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. Now that's just a flat lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size. Ah, but you can't prove that, can you? This guy thinks he's smart. Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir. Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Alright, airtight you say? I only just realised I had one as we were talking. Right. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner. Yes, it would have. Convenient how this alibi comes up now. If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 AM, correct? And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's a perfect alibi. I don't know about that. Do you really think it's that perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe? Sir, yes sir. I'll go check out this alibi, sir. Be right back. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him at around 2 AM. You see? All of the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. If memory serves, you came to the house around 2 a.m., correct?
Hold it!
You are correct. It was around 2 a.m. Are you sure? It's very important to me that you're spot on with the time. I remember checking my watch then, and make no mistake, it was 2. Oh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to office at 2. And forced conversation at gunpoint with the culprit.
Hold it!
It is as you say, however. Yes, however, you are the only one who claims I bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you? I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. Oh well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. This guy is a dick. I was down in criminal affairs.
Hold it!
So you paid the criminal affairs department a visit? Yep. Right after I left the prosecutor's building, I head straight for the precinct. Ask around, I'm sure the other texts will corroborate my story. Perfect alibi. Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony. And it was just as I said, right? Yes, sir. A number of detectives said that they saw you at around that time. See, I have the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve. Impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi. What's wrong? Why the sudden look on your face? Can't you send him back, Mr. Edgeworth? Heh, I think we've reached the end of the line. It's time to get off this crazy train. You there. Sir, please escort the young lady out. But remember, be gentle. But Maggie! Detective Gumshoe! Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If I only had a clue, did I miss something that can help you cast doubt on his alibi? I need to calmly think this through one more time, and with logic. Yes, just do what Phoenix does. Turn your thinking around. Turn your thinking around. Let's see. Mature Met could not have been Portsmouth, then who could it have been? I'm gonna guess maybe go another handgun and go maybe the alibi. Maybe those were? Hey, let's go. There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life. And one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once. Sorry about it, guys, another sneezing fit. Meaning that it's entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But, seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person. Which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. And we'll connect those two. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun and then killed him with it, and once again after the murder by a second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back.
Objection!
Mr. Portsmouth, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case. Great, so you finally come to your senses. Mr. Edgeworth! Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief. A thief? But, sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, 2 culprits stole into my office tonight. Why do you mean 2? It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry into my office.
Objection!
Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know. If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Grr. Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So then, this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right? Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith? But why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office, would be my guess. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right? And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into his office to check it out. Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then... bang! He killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. Oh, he's sweating bullets now. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left a fake dying message behind. You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that? Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated. There was another? Visitor, sir? Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. Damn it, by sneezing fit, sorry guys. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so... they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. The stolen 0 file, right sir? Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter. So the shell was getting messed up twice, and the 2 bullets, it was all because 2 different people were doing those things at 2 different times. Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not, in fact, Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time frame which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant. Because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
Objection!
Ha 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 ha. What's so funny, pal? Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything. Of course it does. Mr. Edgeworth is Mr. Edgeworth after all. But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there's still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor. Grr, Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point. Don't say that, sir. But I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must. You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met was really just a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. That thief you ran into should be a real suspect, would you say? We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. So you think we should be out there looking for the thief? Of course. Now isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions. I don't think it's at all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? Oh, I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Why not? That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Faith's killer very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files. And it was a thief. And it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them. You mean the Zero files, right? And that's how we also know the letters themselves were a setup and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? It's a good point. Maybe the killer just didn't think of that either. Yes, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe. Nope, you're a dumbass. We should be out there looking for that thief right now. Might still be nearby. Press on that one. Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after. Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief. Ah, it's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything, after all. Clear my room.
Hold it!
But according to Mr. Faith's note... Hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? If you have proof that he left it at a different time, say just where he was murdered. I don't have any, no. You see? So I insist again that I was in my office the entire time. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs.
Hold it!
Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith? Ah, that's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. And one of the evidence he brought. They were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items, a gun and a pendant. Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks. Let's have a look at the evidence anyway. Let's have a look at that note again. Can I examine it? Okay, I can't turn it around or anything, so it's just a simple note. A gun and a pendant. Let's press on that one. A gun and a pendant? Yes, this gun, which was the murder weapon. And this pendant, which belonged to the victim. And why were you taking them to Criminal Affairs? There is something in a past case file I want to compare these two to. But all this has nothing to do with this case right now. Anyway, I believe you'll find the long paper trail I left to be your satisfaction. This is all matching up with what Detective Gumshoe found out. So I can't expect to know what happened around here after I left.
Hold it!
I can't expect you to know, can I? Nope, but I guess you can expect me to take a guess based on logical deductions. Oh, then let's see you deduce. Jim waited for me to leave and stole the master key. For the purpose of sneaking into your room, of course. And that's when Miss Bird caught him red-handed and the murder occurred. It's all exactly as I laid out earlier. I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. How can I?
Hold it!
Oh, I didn't mean to press. Skip this because I've already seen all this. I didn't mean to press. Nothing I can examine for. Master key to every office in the building. Simple. Okay. What about the gun? Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, hold on. To think that's so easy to take a life with just a pull of a trigger. You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones they use at track and field to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everybody always ends up following your lead. To chase you down for a false start, detective. Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place. There's that, oh, there's that horse on it. Okay, interesting. Wonder if that has something to do with it. Let me try presenting the gun.
Hold it!
No, I didn't want to I don't want to press it. I want to present. Right, skip through this. Let me try presenting the gun. See if that does anything.
Objection!
Nope. Doesn't do anything. Crap. Well, actually. What do you think is wrong with it? Yeah, I freaking... Yeah. I messed up that one. Okay, it wasn't... So, presenting the gun on there isn't the right... Isn't the right option. Okay. Okay. I don't know then. I don't know then. Oh, I don't know. Wait. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, yeah, no, hold on. Why was there no gun and pendant there then? Because he didn't have any gun or pendant on him. So, wait. This is a trickier one. Oh! Oh! No! The no again. Oh, yeah, no. I feel stupid. I feel stupid. Yes. The note says 3 pieces of evidence, but he's only talking about 2.
Objection!
There's the contradiction. He's only talking about 2 pieces. Only 2 pieces? I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail. Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me. What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you. Well, here's a piece I think you should read. Carefully. Ah, it says that Mr. Fake was bringing 3 pieces. Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman. I can't believe to get tripped up by simple arithmetic. Where is the missing piece of evidence? You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe. You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. Well, don't come any closer. I'm warning you. Yeah, it's his legal right, dude. If you're a suspect, he's allowed to pat you down. This is all part of the investigation, pal, so don't even think about stopping me. I'm pretty sure Gumshoe could frickin' handle him anyway. No! Hey, what's this? He had this on him, sir. Oh, videotape? Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. But why would he hide something like that? There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. KG8 incident. The KG8 incident? That's a police case number, sir. Does that mean this video is evidence from that case? Interesting. However, what's recorded in this isn't what's important right now. Let's give the chasing a thorough once-over. Ah, that's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood? No, you've got it all wrong. No amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now, you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video. Yeah, it's totally suspicious. Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him? You know very well there's no way to prove that. Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints? Yeah. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith. No, impossible. Shh. The fuck? The fuck? He just ate his gold medal. What was that thing, chocolate or something? Was that thing chocolate or something? What the hell? Mr. Portsmouth has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir. It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please, accept my apologies. Ah, it was nothing. Really, compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a hold-up or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person. Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail. Aww. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsmouth really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say that? Why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard that there were a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he uses is forged, sir. Forged evidence, huh? And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons. Ooh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession. We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. Although we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something. This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes. Oh, well. With Mr. Portsmouth not wanting to divulge anything, it certainly lends credence to that humor. It seemed that we haven't heard the last of this. Huh? Then Mr. Portsmouth isn't the bad guy? I didn't say that, but rather that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance of this piece of evidence.
Take that!
Why take that file? The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who it was. And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Yes? I came across this while I was processing the office earlier, sir. This card. What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there? It's not just any bird. It's just a mark of the raven. A three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective. Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about. Yes, it is the mark of the great thief Yatagarasu. Nice name. Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with a single card. Although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, something's written on the back. What? Let me see. It's the location of where the thief put the stolen files. So, the person who stole the content of the file was the Yatagarasu? Yatagarasu. Organization. Quite a few key words are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming, for they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. And there we go. We finished the investigation for that. Oh, I'm assuming we've finished the investigation. Hey, here we are. Termite Visitor. For completing episode 1 of AAIME without using story mode. Nice. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for. I'm gonna end it here, and we'll do it. And then next video we will start what I believe is the trial. So yeah, but thank you for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I hope you guys also like my new YouTube intro as well. I'm going to try and think about getting a YouTube outro as well. But I'm going to work on that. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. And I shall see you in the next video. Now, take care, everyone. And bye for now.